Of monsters and mountains, the history of Magda. It can happen anywhere and at any time. It can happen next door or just inside your closet door. The story begins with a rebellious young kid who seems nice at first and is quite alert that a strange thing lurks in a sock or possibly a shirt. But who is he kidding? The one thing he knows is that it was forbidden for such a messy room to exist at high noon. Charles! Oh no, he thought, as his nail-biting begins, what will Mom think? My room really stinks. Too many clothes. There's no way to know. I could count on my toes when I run out of fingers. Oh, that stench. How it lingers. Charles? So many clothes, so many clothes. I didn't even know how I got all these clothes. I didn't know I had this much clothes. Charles? Well, I see you have been busy, she says sarcastically. Adding more piles to piles, she snickers. Mom, I'm so glad you're here, the kid says. Now, son, let me be clear. I want this room clean, spit, spot, and picked up by the end of the year. If you keep this up, your clothes with socks on top boxes will all just get up and start walking. Where are my bubbles? The kid cried out. I can't find them anywhere. Oh, there they are, he says with disease. Ha ha! She rumbles with robes and moves and moans. As she turns around, exposes the gathering of clothes I should never have postponed for procrastination pose. I jump back to gather my thoughts. Oh, it's getting bigger. Lots and lots. He's run out of clothes. They've come to a point. The pile's gotten bigger. Only one thing left to do. Start washing and drying to get this pile down.
Hey, what's going on here? What is you doing back there anyway, huh? Hey, Earth, you see?
Yeah, I see that there's another sock over my eyes. I mean... Hey, thanks, pal. I mean, who invited all these socks anyway? This was supposed to be a small-time gig. I mean... Huh?
All these people, I know. And nowhere in our contract did it say anything about performing center stage. Hey, Earth, you realize what this means? More money, more money,
More money, more money, more money, more... Wait. Hold on.
What is it? More money, more money.
Well, this is a non-profit.
So?
Well, that means they don't have much money.
Oh, come on. They have lots of money. Look at this place. It's got lights, black walls, curtains, even has seats bolted to the ground with people in them. Sort of.
I know. It's deceiving. Very deceiving. Well, I'll be giving my share back.
You what?
Yeah. I'll be giving my share back.
Nah. I ain't giving my share to nobody.
What do you care? You came on someone's foot.
Yeah, well, if you ask me, the whole thing stinks.
I guess that's life.
Yeah, well, let me think about it.
This is the story of the golden fish. There is an old Russian tale that tells of an old man and his good wife who for 33 summers and 33 winters lived in a tumble-down old house on the shore of the deep blue ocean. The old man was a fisherman and his wife spun yarn on her distaff. Once upon a time, the fisherman cast his net into the ocean, only to pull out a large clump of mud from the bottom. Not giving up, he cast his net into the ocean and this time caught nothing but blocks of seaweed. However, when he cast his net into the water for the third time, one fish was all that he landed. But this was no common fish, but a golden fish. Now, the golden fish began to implore him.
Put me back into the ocean, old man, and I shall pay you a royal ransom, and I will give you whatever you ask of me.
The old man was astonished and frightened. He had been fishing for 33 summers and never had he heard a fish speak. So, with care, he untangled the golden fish and tenderly said,
My dear little goldfish, thank you kindly. I don't want your ransom. Go back to your home in the ocean and roam where you will without hindrance.
To his wife, the old fisherman hastened to tell her about this great marvel.
I caught only one fish this morning. A golden fish it was, most uncommon. It spoke like a man and begged me to put it back in the ocean and promised to pay a rich ransom, to give me whatever I asked for. But I couldn't ask for a ransom, so I released it without any payment.
His wife grew furious and started scolding her husband.
Oh, you great buffoon! What a simpleton I have married! Couldn't make a mere fish pay a ransom. You at least might have asked for a washtub, for ours is falling all to pieces.
At that, the old man hurried to the seashore. He called out aloud for the golden fish, and the old fish swam up and demanded,
What is it, old man, you are wanting?
with a bow, the old man said in answer,
Forgive me, your majesty, goldfish. My wife has scolded me and won't leave me alone for 1 minute. She said that she wants a new washtub, for ours is all falling to pieces.
The goldfish murmured and answered.
Do not worry. Go home and have safe travels.
To his wife, the old fisherman hastened, and behold, there it was, the new washtub, but she scolded him louder than ever.
Oh, you simpleton! You great buffoon! To ask for a tub, a mere washtub? What good can you get from a washtub? Return to the goldfish, bow down low, and ask for a cottage.
Again, he went back to the seashore, and this time the blue sea was troubled. He called out aloud the golden fish, and the fish in turn swam up and demanded.
What is it you wanted, old man?
With a bow, the old man said in answer,
Forgive me, your majesty, golden fish. Again, my wife is angrier than ever and won't leave me alone for 1 minute, the old hag. Said she wants a new cottage.
the golden fish murmured in answer.
Go home. Safe travels. So be it. You shall have a new cottage.
So back the old man turned, and not a sign did he see of an old tumble-down shack. No. Instead, in its place stood a new gabled cottage with a chimney of brick, newly whitewashed, surrounded by a fence with oak gates. And there, by a window sat his wife, who when she saw him, she scolded him yet again.
Oh, you simpleton! You great buffoon! To ask for no more than a cottage. Go and bow to that goldfish and tell it that I am tired of being a peasant. That I want to be made a fine lady.
The old obedient man returned to the seashore where the ocean was restless. He called out aloud for the golden fish, and it swam up and demanded.
What is it that you are wanting, old man?
With a bow, the old man said in answer,
Forgive me, your majesty, golden fish. My wife is madder than ever. She gives me no rest whatsoever. Says she's tired of being a peasant, and she wants to be a fine lady.
The golden fish murmured in answer.
Do not worry. Go home and safe travels.
To his wife, the old fisherman hastened. And what did he see? A tall, exquisite mansion. And stood on its white marbled stairs was his wife, wearing a rich golden sable jacket and a jeweled headdress. Her neck was heavy laden with pearls. She wore golden rings on her fingers. All around the wife, fervent servants bowed meekly before her. The old man then approached his wife, saying,
Greetings, your ladyship. Greetings, fine lady. Now I do hope that your soul is contented.
She angrily bade him be silent and sent him to serve in the stables. The weeks slowly passed, then another. The old woman grew prouder than ever. One morning she sent for her husband.
Husband, bow to the golden fish and tell it that I am tired of being a lady and I want to be made in Sadista.
Her husband implored her in terror, saying,
Woman, you've surely gone crazy. You can't even talk like a lady. You'll be mocked all over the kingdom.
The old woman grew madder than ever and shouted in passion,
How dare you! How dare you, Messick! Stand and argue with me. A fine lady. Go at once. If you don't, then I warn you, you will be dragged to shore by little hair you have left.
The old man went down to the seashore, and the ocean was swollen and sullen, and called out aloud to the golden fish. As ever it swam up and demanded.
What is it you are wanting, old man?
With a bow, the old man said in answer,
Forgive me, your majesty, golden fish, again. My wife has gone crazy. Now she's tired of being a lady and wants to be in Sadista.
golden fish murmured in answer.
Do not worry. Go home and safe travels. Very well. She shall be in Setista.
To his wife, the old fisherman hastened, and what did he see? A grand palace in its place. He saw a grand table, and there sat his wife in the Setista, attended by nobles and varlets, who were pouring wines in her goblet. All around her, grim guards stood in silence. The old man was aghast when he saw this. He bowed to her feet and said humbly,
Greetings, Almighty Insedesta. Now I hope that your soul is contented.
But she gave not a glance at her husband. She ordered him thrust from her presence. The valets and nobles all hastened and drove him with blows from the chambers. The guards at the door waved their hard-boards and threatened harm. All the people derided him, saying,
Settle you right now, you ill-bred old fellow. This will teach you a lesson to keep your station in the future.
The weeks slowly passed, then another. The old woman grew prouder than ever. One morning she sent for her husband, and her chamberlain hailed him before her. The old woman spoke thus to her husband.
Go and bow to that golden fish, and tell it that I am tired of being in Setista. Of the seas I want to be mistress, with my home in the midst of the blue ocean waters, and the golden fish I want as my servant to obey my every command and carry out my every errand.
The old man does not contradict her, nor open his lips to make answer. He sadly set out for the seashore. A tempest raged over the ocean. Its waters would be swollen and angry. Its billows were boiling with fury. And he called out aloud for the golden fish, and it swam up and commanded him.
What is it you are wanting, old man?
With a bow, the old man said in answer,
Forgive me, your majesty, golden fish. What should I do with my cursed old one? She is tired of being in service. Of the seas she now wants to be mistress. With her home in the blue ocean waters, she wants you to be her own servant, to do her commands and her errands.
not a word spoke the golden fish. It just swished its tail and in silence disappeared in the depths of the ocean. The fisherman waited in vain for an answer, and at last turned his steps to the palace. And behold, there again stood his tumble-down hovel. On the doorstep sat his wife with the same broken washtub before her.
Эх, бы мне соколики бы свой
Probable. Not to be confused with the famous fish, that's blue.
Frère Joffre, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez le motine, sonnez le motine. Sonnez le motine, ding ding dong.
Ok,
Ding ding
that's enough of that. Excusez-moi.
Ding
Excusez-moi.
ding dong.
Little help? Ah, merci. Now, moving on. There's always something happening at the bubble. Hey, I haven't. Wait. Well, enjoy the show. Oh, his fish juice. Yes.
Yeah, got my trusty marshmallow stick and my blanket ready for this here campfire storytelling. Tarnation, where'd that storyteller run off to? Shucks. Guess I'll have to do it all by me onesie. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's some nice night. I reckon we should be getting off to sleep. Again? I've done told you that story about 1,000 times. Well, all right, but I don't want to hear about how you can't sleep. Deal? Now be quiet and no interrupting. I needs to get off and get mine's view to sleep. Yeah, well, don't kid yourself. You needs it more than I do. One more peep out of you, and there'll be no story. Well, all right then. That's better. The story begins long ago, before any of us folk were trapping around these parts. The Arapaho legend tells us that there was once a giant who presided over the area, calling it the Valley of Contaminant. Hey now, are you telling the story or am I? Now, like I was saying, they called it the Valley of Contentment. And the giant protected the animals living there from all harm. And
They could not be hunted. If anyone were to enter the valley with the intent of harming the animals, death would rain down upon them. In time, a great drought came upon the land outside of the valley, and all the animals that the local tribes once hunted moved on in search of water. The people of the tribes were without meat and began to starve. They decided to brave the giant, to hunt the plentiful buffalo, deer, and antelope roaming the Valley of Contentment. The tribes gathered and planned their hunt. They would wait until the hunter's moon, as they knew the giant was weakest when the moon was bright. Before embarking on their hunting journey, they chanted and called upon the magic of their ancestors to provide them with the tools they needed. A tomahawk was sent from the heavens, and the tribes bestowed on it enchantments until the time they had waited for was at hand. Chief Manamoku led his warriors to the valley in search of the giant, and found him sleeping atop the mountain. The chief took the magic tomahawk and...
Oh, good gravy. Are you gonna let me get through this story or not? Well, all right. I'll try not to make it so scary for you, just as long as you stop your interruptions. Deal? Now, where was I? Oh yeah. Chief Manobuku led his warriors to the valley in search of the giant, and
found him sleeping atop the mountain. The chief took the magic tomahawk and heaved it over the chest of the sleeping giant, sinking it deep into his heart. He again raised the tomahawk and sliced back into the giant's chest, killing the giant and turning him into stone. The giant is now one with the mountain, and the slices of his chest reflect the formation of the rock. The red color comes from the giant's blood. There are no more buffalo in the valley, and many fewer antelope. The Valley of Contentment is no more, and the tribes have been banished to reservations and replaced with a new people who frequently disrespect the land. When the thunderheads come over the mountains and descend upon the rock, many think it could be the spirit of the slain giant rumbling his anger and striking the valley below with rods of lightning in retribution for the slaughter of his animals and
of his back. The end. Well, time to head off to bed. What's that you say? Well, I'll be a hot dog on a stick. You're right. It does look like a horse tooth. Huh.
You have all enjoyed the show, oui? So, I had to call in many favors, eh? You have no idea how low a suckers to go to get talent these days. Well,
Whoa there, baby blue.
why you? Oh, nice stash. You grows up in 15 minutes?
Oh, come on.
And don't call me that. It makes me feel so very low.
Well, how much lower can you get? You're a sock. Hey, now, come on. I didn't mean it.
No, you're right. Good socks are hard to come by. Too many rights and not enough lefts. Those are the talented ones, you know.
I'm alright.
My point, exactly.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, don't get tied up in a knot. I was just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Irv was a left.
I didn't know.
He never liked to brag. He wasn't that type of sock, you know?
Ah, I see. Was it Magda? She always preferred the lefts.
So talented. Me? I'm nothing. But him, he was going places.
Uh-huh.
We told him countless times.
Yeah.
Don't get too close.
Yeah.
You have no idea where her mouth is. I mean, she's a pile.
Uh-huh.
Piles aren't even supposed to have mouths.
Oh.
I don't even know anymore.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's our show. So, thanks for visiting Pablo. Please, pull yourself together.
Love popping up. It was his favorite thing to do. You're right. It's no big deal. Come to think of it, I never was a big fan.
Hey, Red, it's me, Irv.
You're alive! I was just saying now, I could never live without you.
That's nice. I got you something to show you how much I missed you. I know I'll cherish you forever.
What? What is it?
Jour